What's up, guys? It's Viper Divergent here, and welcome to the first episode of hopefully many of my new FIFA 16 Torino Career Mode for you guys. So as you guys know, we are now Viper Clan, and we're gonna hopefully be posting regular content for you guys on a variety of games, from stuff like Minecraft to GTA to Call of Duty to the Division and FIFA as the examples of games that I can say now. We'll also be using different platforms, so we might have Xbox games, might have PC games, might have PS4 games, but today this is on the PS4. And yeah, so as you can see, I'm just quickly setting up the stuff. So I'm setting up the language, the nation, and I'm just changing my name to Divergent. So I picked Torino as a team because, well, I thought we'd go for something a little bit different. You know, usually you see like the likes of teams like Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal career modes, and I don't want to have like something, out of the ordinary. I want to go for something. I want to go for something a little bit different. Like, and as you can see here, we're picking the European International Tournament. There are teams such as British teams, but not teams that you usually expect, as well. Sorry, but yeah. So I picked Torino because they've got some very solid players. They've got the likes of Ciro Immobile up front and Bruno Perez on the right side of the field, alongside the likes of Kamil Glick and Nikola Maximovic at the back. So that's pretty much why I picked Torino. And as you can see here, I'm just quickly going through the squad. We've got some pretty solid players. We've got some young goalkeepers. We've got some old goalkeepers, a 39-year-old who turns 40 around about this time in the season anyway. So I'm just showing you Bruno Perez and Davide Zappacosta, who are two of the best players we have on that right flank. They're the only two. But yeah, so as you can see, they're both very solid players. And then you got the back defenders. You've got Nikola Maximovic. He's a very, very good player. I've used him in a few career modes this season, this year. Sorry about that. And then obviously Kamil Glick, who's also a very solid player. We've also got Gaston Silva, who I believe is Uruguayan, who's a young, good centre back. Pontus Jansson as well. And then we've got Emiliano Moretti and Cesar Bovo, who are both old centre backs who are trying to move on in the series. And then we've got two young defenders, Perivera and Shiosa, I think it is. And then we've got obviously some left backs. We've actually got Danilo Avila, I believe Antonio Baresha is his name, and Christian Molinaro. There you go. And actually in this episode we actually go to sign a new left back, who you'll later see in the video. And we also signed a new centre back as well. So moving into the midfield, we have some old and young players. We've got the likes of Giuseppe Vives, Alessandro Gazzi, and we got then the likes of Aifri Achua, I'm going to say his name, sorry if I butchered it, Marco Benassi. We've also got, again, older generations, Alexander Farnerud, the young guy again, Daniele Biselli, but he looked like a really good centre midfielder. He could really gel this team together and pull the strings in the midfield and help us score a lot of goals up front. Then we've got Joe Lobby, who can also play on the right midfield, which is quite useful. Then we got up front, we've got Joseph Alexander Martinez. He looks like a very good player, except he can't finish. So that could be quite bad. We've also got this guy Andrea Bellotti, who's arrived from Palmero, I think it is, recently. But he's got high work rate, so he could be a little bit defensive for a striker. Then we've got Ciro Immobile on loan for Sevilla. He looks a really good striker. He's got pretty good pace, he's very good finisher, and I think will be wearing the number 10 shirt for us this season. And hopefully we may be able to pick him up on a permanent deal next summer. We've also got Maxi Lopez and Fabio Quagliarella, who's actually on loan at Sampdoria. And then we've got two youth players, Vittorio Pagini and Mattia Aramu. Aramu and Pagini are both on loan to Serie B clubs. So now, as you can see, we actually move on to our transfer targets. We've got very little defenders because I don't think we need to improve our defense much. You heard me say before that we were going for a new left back, but that was my choice later on in the episode. Whilst I was recording this. So first choice centre back we had Bjorn Engels, who we are going to try and sign. And then going into the holding midfield role, because we've got some older players there, I'm going to try and replace them and get some younger ones in. And the three I've chose to replace are Guilherme, Carlos Asquez and Salif Sane. So Sané 6'5", very good player. Guilherme, I know a little bit about because I played with him before in Udinese, I think he plays for. And then Asquez, this guy plays for Wolfsburg, but apparently he's a bit of a glitch. And he seems to go really high ratings in this game. I don't know what it is. It's just he seems to do it. So moving on to the wingers, we've actually got Ruben Garcia, Delis Gonzalez, and Alvaro Vadillo. All three players are from the Spanish Liga BBVA. They're very good players. All the players can probably play right mid or left mid. They're all very versatile in that sense. And then we move on to the centre midfielders. We've actually only got two here because I think we've got some good centre mids. We've got three young ones. So we've got that Faranood guy, so I'm trying to get rid of him and replace him with either Raikali Bazaar, who's 18 years old. He's got a very high potential in career mode. He's a very young, good prospect, this player. And then Adrian Rejetin, who's actually 23 years old, but he's still got very good stats, physically wise, technically wise. And he's actually in his last year of his contract, so that's why I chose him as well. Not only because of that, but he's also very versatile as well. He can play centre mid, right mid, left mid, and cam, which shows that he can be very useful despite being 5'6". I would actually like to play him centre midfield. So moving on to the wing position, I've actually got three players again as well because I thought it was fair that I chose three. So we've got Theo Bongonda, who actually plays for Celta Vigo. He's a very good young Belgian player. He's a very versatile player. He can play on the right or the left. Then same for Dani Ceballos. He's very versatile. He can play a lot in the middle or he can play on the left side. He's a very, very high potential player. I think he has a 90 potential or something on this game. And then Jesse Rodriguez, everyone knows pretty much about this guy now. He's a really good player. He's got 4-star, and he's also can play up front as well as on the right as alongside the left midfield. So it's very, very good for Torino. And then moving to the final two players of the transfer targets, we actually got Andres Pereira from Manchester United. I actually picked this guy because I need a centre attack midfielder, and I thought maybe we could pick up a young guy who he's not a low rating. He's about 69, 70 rated, so he could be really useful. And then Ezekiel, I wanted to swap someone for Maxi Lopez, who's a lot younger, a lot quicker, and just as good, really. He can finish the ball, he can get in them chances, he can get the goals, and yeah, he actually proves to be really, really good in the season. So yeah, as you guys can see here, the first team to actually accept an offer is Real Betis. Alvaro Vadillo actually gets an offer accepted for £2 million, I believe, and then Anderlecht accepted the swap deal, so we swapped Maxi Lopez for Ezekiel. So that was a really good deal for us. Both these guys actually accept their contract straight away as well, I can tell you that. As you can see here as well, we're actually going to our first game against FC Krasnodar. I'm just quickly changing the team because Martinez is away on international duty at the Copa America, I believe. So I swapped him with Molinaro, I think it was. Yeah, so I was playing two left wing back and a right wing back, right wing and left wing. So it was a bit of a risk, but it actually paid off. So yeah, we actually got a really good win, 5-1 in this game. A really good performance by Torino for the first game. And the charge, Baselli got 2, Belotti came on and scored, and Mobley scored as well as Bruno Perez. Now that was pretty good. And then at this point, this is post commentary, so I was just checking if Baselli had actually scored because I wasn't entirely sure. Then since Martinez is away, I actually picked him for training first, but I then changed it so I used Gaston Silva. I then used the El Rondo trade so it could improve his defending skills and make him a better defender for the future for us. So I was trading Joe Lobby as his finish. Sorry about that, but I thought that could help his finishing a little bit better. As you can see then, Andres Pereira's contract was in fact accepted by Manchester United for, his transfer offer. It was £1.3 million I offered for them. And they accepted it pretty good straight away, as well as alongside Rejetin. I offered £4 million for him, and then I actually had to offer a second contract for Rejetin because he wanted a little bit more money, but I was fine with that because of the price I was getting him for. It was pretty fair as well. So also then we just simulated along to the Word of Bremen game in the game, and then first signing of the season was actually Alvaro Vadillo, the right midfielder. We actually got him for about £500,000, a bit cheaper than what the other team was offering, because I think it was Genk or Genk. They actually offered 2.5 million, so we're quite lucky about that. Then straight away after, Pereira actually accepted his contract as well, which was great. And then Hanover actually accepted for Salif Sané in about a 4 million deal, and Alessandro Gazzi, I think he's called, the ginger guy, centre midfield. I know that. Yeah, I really wanted this guy as well because he looked a really good CDM for us. So as you guys can see, we just simmed along to the Montpellier game and actually got some more good news, because Udinese, if the Salif Sané deal didn't go through, Udinese actually accepted a 3 million in swap deal for Guilherme the CDM. So that was pretty good. Just in case, you know, I wanted Sané prioritized. But then I simmed the game against Montpellier. Accidentally pressed the wrong button there. Simmed the game against Montpellier and actually get a 3-1 victory. I believe Daniele Baselli and Amohe Ezekiel scored. Yes, they did. Which was very good to see Ezekiel getting on the score sheet when he just recently signed for us. So yeah, so apologies if I cropped that out. I think I might have now in post commentary. But and then Rajatin actually signed as well, £4 million at 35k. I told you I had to offer him a little bit more. And then going for left midfielders, I actually tried Bongonda first, and they accepted about a £3 million deal because he's a very useful player and he's got good potential. But I didn't sign him in the end. I did attempt to sign a different left midfielder, but then Club Bruges actually accepted a £3 million or £4 million swap and Moretti, I think it was, deal to get Bjorn Engels. Yeah, it was Moretti, and I offered him a contract around £30,000 a week. So yeah, that was pretty much going nicely. Then we got into the Swansea game. Salif Sané accepted his contract, and yeah, we had to actually transfer some money over because at first I didn't have enough money to make the deal. But yeah, so that was pretty good signing for us. And as you can see, Bayer Leverkusen wanted him for £7 million. So we actually got a bit of a bargain there, getting him for a bit cheaper. I'm not really bothered about the trade. And then, as you can see, we simmed the game against Swansea, and we managed to actually get a 1-0 victory. And the goal scorer actually coming, Daniele Baselli again. He was really good in this preseason tournament, and showed what he really could do for us. And we went into the final against Werder Bremen.
Yeah, we've got a transfer.
But then we actually got a transfer offer 3 days before the final for Nikola Maximovic from Leicester City, believe it or not, the top Premier League team in real life. They
get 25 million. That'd be really
won again
good
today, I believe.
Leicester,
so that makes them 8 points clear.
Really
and then
for us.
yeah, I counted off at around £25 million for it. And then Bjorn Engels actually accepted his contract in the build-up to the final against Bremen as well. So he got accepted a 5-year deal with £30,000 a week with a 20% clean sheet bonus. I just add that on because I feel as though it might help. I don't know, be a catalyst in the deal. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. Then we simmed the game against Bremen, as we sum every game in this preseason tournament, and unfortunately we managed to lose the game 1-0. And Danilo Avila actually torn his hamstring and was out for approximately, I think it was about 2 months, 8 weeks, something like that. Which also, like, thought, oh god, we're gonna have to use Molinaro, a left wing back. But then Maximovic, Leicester came back and said they give us 17. I said no, give us 22 and I'll let Maximovic go. But they still didn't want him to go. So then we actually got another transfer, and it was 19. They didn't want to rush 22, so I counted off at 22 again. And then we actually got an offer for Alexander Faranud. So that was a pretty good offer as well. Yeah, so I counted off at 2.2 for him. He's worth about 2 million, but I wasn't really bothered. If I got 1.5 plus, I'd be happy. And then Glick actually got an offer from Fiorentina for £30 million. So I counted off at that to see what they'd say. Just a bit of a chance there. As you can see, Bongonda actually accepted his contract, but I didn't accept the deal because obviously I've told you. We actually go for a different left midfielder in the end. Fiorentina actually say they'll give us 14.5. Leicester actually don't want to sign Maximovic anymore. And yeah, so then I counted off at Fiorentina. I think because his evaluation was 14.8 to 17.2, I actually asked for 17.5. See what they'd say. And they actually came back with a reply. It was pretty close to the deal. So yeah, you'll have to see in a minute what they actually do offer us. But then I just quickly did some training for the players to see if anyone would go up, and no one actually went up. Silva and Belotti went up in stats, but no one else. And then Faranud, they just said 1.6 again, so I accepted the deal. I wasn't really bothered. This guy wasn't going to get played, so he may as well be used somewhere else. Then we actually simmed on a few days, and Camille Glick got another offer from Sunderland, I believe. Yes, it was. So I counted off at the exact same. I counted off at to Fiorentina, which was £70 million, and they actually came back with the same offer as what Fiorentina did, £60 million. So yeah, I was just about to accept it, and then I thought, if Sunderland go much higher, I'll probably sell him to Sunderland, because I'd prefer him to stay out of the Serie A whilst playing against them, because I'm selling him because of the reason that I don't really think I'm going to do as good defensively. As much as he is a good player, I feel as though I could have better pace wise and strength wise, defensively as well. And Sunderland actually matched the deal, so he was packed his bags and headed off to the Stadium of Light, and yeah, that was pretty much his deal sold. Alongside Faranud, he actually went, and I got 1.4 million for that. So then I decided, why don't we go for the left back? Williams, Jethro Williams, very good left back, obviously, pretty good defender, and he's well known for his defensive skills, especially the 4-star skills that he has on FIFA. And then I also actually went in for an offer for this guy, Danny Ceballos. Obviously, he's not the quickest, but I thought, you know what, we'll give him a shot, because he's got really high potential and he could physically start to grow a bit better. So I offered £5 million, and I actually offered one of the other players that I want to get rid of, Bovo, one of the centre backs, and that was the other guy that I wanted rid, apart from Moretti, who obviously went to Club Brugge for England. And then that was pretty much it. That was the end of the episode. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to smash the like button, please, and comment any feedback, alongside subscribe for more other content from us. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys for